The real reason your feet are always hot, it's not just circulation. What's really causing that burning in your feet? Have you been told that burning sensation in your feet is just poor circulation, but you have a gut feeling it's something more? That constant nagging heat, especially when you're trying to sleep, might be a signal your body is sending, a signal that even doctors can sometimes miss. What if that fire in your feet has nothing to do with circulation, but is actually a sign of hidden nerve damage or even a rare pain condition? In this video, we're going to break down the real medical culprits that could be causing your discomfort. By the end, you'll have a much clearer picture of what might be happening inside your body and know the right steps to take to finally get some relief. This isn't just about quieting a symptom, it's about learning to understand the message your body is sending you. It's more than you think. Let's start with the most common, yet often misunderstood, reason for burning feet: peripheral neuropathy. You might have heard that term thrown around, especially with diabetes. But all it really means is damage to your peripheral nerves, the massive communication network that connects your spinal cord to your limbs, and most importantly for us, your feet. The nerves that have to travel all the way to your feet are the longest in your entire body. That long journey makes them the most vulnerable to damage. Think of it like a long phone charging cable. If there's a disruption anywhere along its length, you're not going to get a good connection at the end. Now here's where it gets really interesting. We're not just talking about the big nerves that control your muscles. That burning, tingling, or electric shock feeling is often caused by damage to the small nerve fibers. This is a specific condition called small fiber neuropathy. These are the super delicate nerves in charge of sensing temperature and pain. When they get damaged, they start to misfire, sending chaotic, false alarms to your brain, signals that your brain reads as burning hot, even when your feet are cool to the touch. While diabetes is a huge factor, nearly half of all small fiber neuropathy cases are linked to other issues that fly under the radar. This includes prediabetes, where your blood sugar isn't high enough to be diagnosed as diabetes, but is still high enough to cause slow, creeping damage to those sensitive nerves. It can also be kicked off by autoimmune diseases, certain medications, or even viral infections. So, even if you've been told your blood sugar is perfectly fine, feet that won't stop burning mean it's time to investigate the health of those small nerve fibers. And when it's not neuropathy at all. But what if your symptoms are much more dramatic? What if your feet don't just feel hot, but they actually turn bright red, swell up, and become intensely hot to the touch? If that sounds familiar, you could be dealing with a rare and frequently misdiagnosed condition called erythromelalgia. The name literally breaks down to red limb pain. Unlike standard neuropathy, erythromelalgia is a pain syndrome where the blood vessels in your feet, and sometimes hands, suddenly open up way too wide. This massive rush of blood is what causes that classic trio of symptoms: intense burning pain, a very real spike in skin temperature, and dramatic redness. Episodes are often triggered by something as simple as a slight change in room temperature, standing for a while, exercising, or even just wearing socks. People with this condition often say the only thing that brings relief is aggressively cooling their feet, like putting them right in front of a fan or using cool packs. This can be a primary condition, meaning it's genetic and can show up in childhood, or it can be secondary, caused by another medical problem. Because it's so rare, many people suffer for years, being told it's just an allergy, an infection, or neuropathy, never getting the right diagnosis. The good news is that recent research has linked it to mutations in specific sodium channels in our nerve cells, which is paving the way for more targeted treatments. If your symptoms are that distinct mix of burning, redness, and heat that gets better with cooling, you absolutely need to ask your doctor about erythromelalgia. So, the hormonal fire, the overlooked factor. For so many women, burning feet seem to come out of nowhere, often starting in their 40s or 50s. And that is not a coincidence. There's a strong, but often overlooked, connection between hot feet and the hormonal roller coaster of perimenopause and menopause. The main player here is estrogen. Estrogen does a lot more than manage reproduction. It plays a huge protective role in your nervous system and helps regulate blood flow. As estrogen levels start to drop and fluctuate during menopause, a few things can happen. First, the risk of developing peripheral neuropathy goes up. Studies have shown that postmenopausal women who have neuropathy often have lower levels of estrogen. Second, those hormone swings can directly cause something called paresthesia, that pins and needles, prickling or burning feeling on the skin, which shows up a lot in the hands and feet. And third, dropping estrogen can mess with your body's ability to absorb and use certain nutrients that are critical for nerve health, especially vitamin B12. A B12 deficiency is a very well-known cause of neuropathy, so menopause can create a perfect storm. It directly impacts the nerves while also creating a potential nutrient deficiency, leading to those fiery feet that drive you crazy at night. If you're in this age range and you've suddenly developed hot feet along with other menopausal symptoms, that's a connection worth exploring with your doctor. If any of this is hitting home for you, and you're getting some real value out of this breakdown, please take a second to hit that subscribe button. We go deep on health topics like this every single week to give you clear, trusted information you can use to take back control of your health. Your support helps us make more content just like this. If what we've covered so far is making light bulbs go off for you, especially around nerve health, hormonal changes, or unexplained inflammation, I want to make sure you grab a free resource I created just for you. It's called the Natural Life Starter Kit, and it's packed with science-backed tools to support your healing from the inside out. You'll get a healing herb chart for nerve and gut support, a 7-day nourishment and detox plan, and even a calming affirmation calendar to help reset your nervous system. You can download it right now using the link in the description or pinned comment, and it's completely free. And how to finally put out the fire. Understanding why this is happening is the most important first step. Now let's talk about how to fix it. What can you actually do to manage the symptoms and tackle the root cause? The best approach depends on the underlying issue, but a lot of these strategies can bring relief no matter the cause. First up, let's talk immediate at-home relief. For most people, cooling is everything. Soaking your feet in cool, not ice-cold water for about 15 minutes can feel amazing. Oddly enough, warm baths can also help some people by improving overall circulation. But if you know heat is a trigger for you, stick with the cool soaks. At night, simple tricks like keeping your feet outside the covers or aiming a fan at the foot of your bed can be a game changer. Next, look at your footwear. Your feet have to breathe. Ditch the synthetic shoes and socks that trap heat and moisture. Go for shoes made of natural, breathable materials and stick to cotton socks. And whenever you're at home, let your feet be free. Now, let's move on to nutrition and supplements, because they are critical for nerve health. Several vitamin and mineral deficiencies are linked to peripheral neuropathy. The most important ones are in the vitamin B family, especially B12, B6, and B1. These vitamins are absolutely essential for keeping the protective coating around your nerves healthy. An anti-inflammatory diet that's rich in omega-3 fatty acids, from things like fish and flax seeds, can also help cool down the inflammation that might be contributing to nerve pain. Another powerful supplement is alpha-lipoic acid, an antioxidant that has shown real promise in improving nerve function and easing neuropathy symptoms. Finally, there are medical treatments. For neuropathy pain, doctors might prescribe medications like gabapentin, pregabalin, or amitriptyline. For erythromelalgia, treatments can be trickier and might involve aspirin or other drugs that affect your blood vessels. A topical cream with capsaicin, which comes from chili peppers, can sometimes help by desensitizing those nerve endings over time. And of course, if the root cause is a nutrient deficiency or a hormone imbalance, treating that is the single most effective thing you can do. Your next step. That constant burning in your feet is so much more than an annoyance. It's a real signal from your body that deserves to be heard. It's not always poor circulation, and it's definitely not something you just have to live with. Whether the cause is the stealthy nerve damage of small fiber neuropathy, the dramatic flares of erythromelalgia, or the complex hormonal shifts of menopause, there are real diagnosable medical reasons for what you're feeling. By understanding these possibilities, you're now empowered. You can go to your doctor and have a more informed conversation, ask the right questions, and look for treatments that actually target the cause instead of just masking the pain. You can take charge of your diet and lifestyle to support your nerve health from the inside out. Please don't ignore what your body is trying to tell you. What has your experience with hot feet been like? Have you found anything that truly brings you relief? If your feet have been burning and no one's taken it seriously, now you know the real medical reasons behind it. But information is only the first step. Healing takes action. That's why I created the Natural Life Starter Kit to give you a head start on your wellness journey. Inside, you'll find herbs, affirmations, nutrition tips, and natural strategies that support your nervous system, reduce inflammation, and bring calm back to your body. So if you're ready to take that next step toward real relief, just scroll down and download your free kit. It's your foundation for natural healing. Share your story in the comments below. Your journey and your insights could be a massive help to someone else in this community who is looking for answers right now. Your journey and your insights could be a massive help to someone else in this community who is looking for answers right now. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.